What's up, YouTube? It's Scotty with Evil Castrigal, and we are back with another ride video, but we are not taking out a scooter today. So a lot of you people have been watching the X-Max video that we released a couple weeks ago, and I'm just trying to do more motorcycle content if I can. You know, I do a lot of everything here at the channel, mountain biking, motorcycle riding, vintage motocross, you name it. Try and get into a little bit of it all. But today we are taking out a really clean, pre-owned metric cruiser. Let's check it out, and I'll talk to it. Let's check it out, and I'll talk more about it as we pan around it. So what we are looking at is a 2018 Suzuki Boulevard C90T. This is the 90 cubic inch or 1500 cc Suzuki metric tour bike with a windshield, loads of chrome, lockable leather bags here, which is very nice. I really like the way this bike looks. It's got a nice wide seat on it for extra comfortability, if that's a word. And again, loads of chrome. This bike is completely stock, 3,700 and some odd miles on it. This thing's like almost brand new, and it is a pretty sharp looking bike. I'm excited to get it out on the road and talk about it a little bit with you. So without further ado, let's get some gear on, and we'll get this metric cruiser out on the highway today and see how it feels. All right, let's get into it, guys. So we're out on the freeway. I've been kind of riding the freeway on the boulevard, and I have to say I am impressed. I was actually in fourth gear for a long time. I didn't even look down. This bike does have a gear indicator right here. But I was in fourth, and the bike wasn't even trying, and I was going 75 miles an hour. So now I clicked it up into fifth. It's like having an overdrive. I don't think this bike needs a sixth gear. I did when before I started the video, but I think the 5-speed's totally fine. It's a big motor, you know. I mean, it's a 1500 cc engine, and it runs really good. It sounds good. I bet if you put a pipe on this thing, it would sound excellent. But I kind of like it being quiet. It's just my point of view. All right. Another thing I like about this bike is the handlebars. I don't know, I guess within the last couple of years, I've really become a fan of the lower handlebars. You know, I mean, some people would call these beach bars like a grandpa bend or something. But for me, honestly, it's just more comfortable. I've had several shoulder injuries. You know, you name it. I've probably done it to my shoulders. I've had surgery. I've got an AC joint separation on my left shoulder. So I have a lot of nerve issues, if you will, with the shoulders, and the ape hangers tend to aggravate that. I don't know if it's just having my hand up in the air, but it pinches here, and I get some tingling in my hands. So actually, I have to say, so far, I am a fan of these lower bar bends on a lot of the bikes I've been riding. Something I think I would have modified in the past, not now. Okay. So we're in the twisties here. Bike's feeling great. Actually lays into the corners really nicely. Low center of gravity, nice back and forth. Just a little pressure on the hands, puts you where you want to go. Very nice. I gotta say, the Boulevard has won me over. Really liking this bike. You know, it's actually, the looks have grown on me. I like the chrome. You know, for a while, everything was going matte black. And Suzuki stuck with the gloss black and the chrome. And I think it's a good look. You know, it's a more classic look. The seat is very wide, but I'm not complaining. It's actually very comfortable. I could ride this bike for a long time. I think the only thing I would do is put a taller windscreen on it to maybe stop some of the buffeting on my helmet that I'm getting. I would maybe a windscreen that's kicked out a little bit, not even necessarily taller. You could probably go shorter as long as it's just kicked out so that it kicks the wind over your head instead of it's just hitting me right here on the freeway. Causes a little bit of an annoyance, but nothing major. But yeah, I really like this bike. I mean, it's just like it always is, people. You know, if you watch this stuff, I tend to like everything on two wheels that I ride. There's hardly been a motorcycle I didn't like or couldn't find something to like about. And that's motorcycling in general. I think everybody's got their preconceptions of different motorcycles and different brands, and they've got their tendencies on where they lean, and that's totally fine. I have those as well. But I think one thing that you get, a piece of knowledge that you gain from riding a lot of motorcycles, as I have, is they're all fun, and I think the more I ride different motorcycles, the more I come to the conclusion that, like, all of those brand, loyalists or whatever, I think they're missing out, because I think you can ride a myriad of different motorcycles at a myriad of different costs, and you can have fun on all of them. And you could ride this bike with your buddies. I mean, say your buddies that have $20,000, $30,000 Harleys, you could be out there on a sub $7,000 used Boulevard for a lot less money, and you're going to be able to hang with them no problem. You're going to be just as comfortable. You might be more comfortable because the rear suspension on this thing is pretty nice. So I think if you're going to get into motorcycling and you want a tour bike and maybe you don't want to drop all that cash on an American V-twin, you might look at a metric V-twin, because they're really good. They're really reliable motorcycles, and they're they perform well, especially a bike with an engine this big. I mean, there's no replacement for displacement, right? That's what they always say, and that's definitely true with this thing. It gets down, and I think, why waste the money sometimes? That's kind of my outlook on it, is like, especially if you're just, wanting the bike to do what this bike is built to do, it's going to do it. It's going to do it perfectly all right. Yeah. Little saddle thoughts on the Boulevard. Got a little sentimental there. Sorry, people. But, I don't know. It's just kind of how I think, the more brand loyalist for whatever, I mean, I think the only thing that hasn't totally won me over is sport bikes anymore. I think when I was younger, I liked that kind of thing, but anymore, I just want to enjoy motorcycling. And I think the easiest way to enjoy it is in the saddle of a cruiser or something a little more standard that, your neck's not going to be cranked at a 45-degree angle the whole time you're riding it. That's just my thoughts anyway. People have different thoughts, but yeah, the transmission's really smooth. I will say the shift throw is pretty long on this thing. So that was one thing I've been getting used to, is the transition from first to second gear. I end up hitting neutral a lot. And I think it's just the throw of the lever itself is really long. So you have to, be more thoughtful, I guess, of your gear selector placement or whatever, however you would say that, whatever. Anyway, really enjoy this bike. Stay tuned at the end of the video. I am going to talk, because this bike is for sale at CC Powersports Clarksville, and this is, not every one of my ride videos is a sales pitch or anything, but if you want this bike, it is for sale, and I appreciate everybody at my place of work for letting me ride these things and talk about them. Yeah, give them a call, CC Powersports Clarksville, wherever you're watching this, if you're close. In Clarksville, Indiana, at 812-948-1621. And mention you saw the video. There's going to be an exclusive price at the end. So yeah, anyway. If you guys know, if you keep up on the channel, I have been blessed with being the marketing dude at CC Powersports Clarksville, and I get to ride a lot of motorcycles, and that kind of lets this channel breathe a little bit, gives me some content, right? And that's been great. And the bike that I'm riding today, the Boulevard, is for sale there. So if you're close to CC Powersports, Clarksville, Indiana, Louisville, Kentucky area, and you're looking for a cheap bagger, this thing, Jose's got a special price on it. Jose, the sales manager, that he calls himself the greeter. He's got a special sales price. If you mention one of my videos, $6,607 for this bad boy. I don't know where that person's going. All right. $6,607 is the special video price on this thing. So if you watched it all the way to the end and you're curious about buying this bike, that's the price. So you saw Scotty the marketing dude's video. You'll get the sweet hookup on that. All right. I am going to ride this thing back to the shop. although I don't want to get off of it. It's so nice out right now, and this bike and me are just gelling. I'm really vibing with this thing right now, but I have to get off of it. I got to get back to work. So thanks for watching, everybody. We're getting close to that 1,000 subscriber mark. I really appreciate all the people that have been watching the videos and commenting and engaging with the stuff. That helps the algorithm out. It helps me out with the algorithm, rather. So really appreciate it. And yeah, it's been Scotty with Evil Castrigal. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Check you later. The boulevard is not that bad.